Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Myself Vignesh Anand. In this video, we are going to see about the technical specifications of the isolators, which means for a 33 kV isolator, then for a 132 kV, then for a 220 kV, and for a 400 kV isolators, how the technical specification need to be taken care, and also additionally the H switch which is connected
Maximum
parallel to
rated
the
kV is
isolator.
your operating voltage,
So these two
which
we
is
are
of
going to see.
12 kV,
So first is your
33
33
kV.
kV isolator. In here the rated voltage is 33 kV and the maximum designed voltage is 36 kV. And further, if you know, came to see the current values and everything in there, and also the maximum short circuit current, then the clearance from the ground surface areas, and also if any motors, which means operating mechanisms, are being taken for a 33 kV or not, like that all of the things are mentioned in this. So you can go through the video by pausing the video. So in here we are going to see mostly about the civil structure or the constructions of your isolator and your switch, and also the circuit diagrams if any manual operation or local operation or remote operation need to be carried out. So coming up to the 33 kV isolator diagram, in here for the top thing is your side view of your isolator civil structures, and the bottom diagram is your top view of the civil structure. From the structure itself you can able to know that all the three phases isolators are interconnected by the rotating shafts. So the operation will be carried out by a combination of all the three phases will opens at a time and closes at a time by the rotating shafts. So these shafts are connected interlinked with each other. So in here the main parts are: first one is your fixed contact, second is your mobile contacts, then third one is your regular stacks, fourth one is your pipe, fifth one is your rotating stock post, sixth one is your elevator channel, seventh is your base channel, and eighth is your operating pipe, then ninth is your operating mechanism box, and last one is your top operating thing, which means top operating in the sense the top connectivities. So the clearance level of your each face to face isolators are being also given. Next, coming up to the elevation of your fixed term contacts, which means the male and female contacts which get fixed with each other, and conductions takes place, which means the connections takes place. In here the number wise part list are being given, just go through it. Then this is your schematics or a control diagram of the isolator and HH. So in here there is no remote operations or a local operation being done. So it is a manual or a hand operated isolator and air switch. So the DC supply is given and the fuse F1 and F2 is been taken in series. Then the NO contact is for your from your breaker. Whether the breaker is open means automatically the contacts get closed, and then further you can open or close the isolator as per it, and the solenoid coils get energized. So the after energization of the solenoid coil you can able to manually operate, which means manual handling can be done after the energization of your solenoid. Then you need to push that push button, and then only you can able to open or close the isolator. So this is for your 33 kV isolator and a switch. It is a full and fully hand operated. Next, coming up to the 132 kV. So it's 132 kV rated voltage isolator and 145 kV as a maximum voltage. In this we will see about the two diagram civil structures. One is for your without earth switch and the second one is for your with earth switch. Just go through the specifications mentioned in here. Next, coming up to the civil diagrams. So this is your side view and the top view of the diagram, which means top view of your isolator, same as like a previous one. So in here we have additionally local and remote operated, which means local and remote operation can be done. Here also same like a fixed contacts at the first one, second one is your movable contacts, third one is your insulation stacks, fourth one is your tandem pipe, fifth one is your rotating stool post, sixth one is your elevator plate, seventh one is your base channel, eighth one is your operating pipe, ninth one is your operating mechanism box, and 10th one is your top operating mechanisms. So this is also a same structure as like before we have seen. In here the operating mechanism which has a motor for operating the um, remote or local operating of your isolators, same like previous one. Here also the connecting shafts are connected between all the phases, so the operation will be carried out combinationally, which means combinedly all the three phases will opens at a time and all the three phases will be closes at a time. These operating stacks are the uh, rotational shafts, both are connected with each other in order to carry out a proper operations. And also in parallel side the earth switch also same set of operating and rotating shafts are provided. This is your earth switch with earth switch type of uh, structure. So in here we have a one side as a isolator common junction box or a marshalling box, another side we have earth switch common or a master box, operating box. So same as like before we have a various types of parts. Please go through the parts. Nearly about 19 parts are there for this structure. So next is your 245, which means 220 kV isolators. In here also we have two kind of civil structures. One is with isolator, another one is without isolator. Just go through the specifications. So coming up to the civil structures, the top one is your side view, and the bottom one is your top view. So the elevations are given and also the high clearance between the two faces, and from the earth surface also been given. Here the without huge type of structure is this. So only we have only one marshalling box, which means the operating box, mechanism box for your isolators only. And also the operations will be carried out commonly, like the operating mechanisms are the operating shafts were connected between your all the phases, so the operation will be carried out combinedly. In here also we have a local, remote and manual operations can be carried out in your isolator. So the parts are same as like before. So next is your with earth switch type of isolator sets. In here we have a isolator operating box or operating mechanisms separately, and for earth switch we have a separate operating mechanism box, and also the operational shafts and rotating shafts will be parallelly connected with your isolator on the other side, and earth switch will be on the another side. So for earth switch also same set of operations will be carried like a isolator. This also combinedly operate for all the three phases at a time, which means it closes all the three phases at a time and opens all the three phases at a time. So these are all the parts of your isolator and earth switch with. So the fixed assembly and everything are been given. So this is your diagram, circuit diagram of your operating mechanism box. So in here AC circuit and DC circuit are been given. The AC supply for the motor, three-phase motor has been used. So for that we are going to give a three-phase supply, and this motor is delta connected, that's why we have not mentioned the neutral supply. And also another thing is that in between the motor supply we are going to connect OC and CC contacts. So if we need to open or close, from that the coil energization will be carried out and the coil contacts will make as per the opening and closing. And for DC circuits, when coming up to the DC circuit we have a two coil, one is your closed coil and another one is your open coil. So if the isolator or HH, if the boxes need to be uh, closed, means uh, the operations will be carried out by locally or remotely. First we are going with a local operation. For that the interlocks need to be satisfied, which means the K3 between the TB1 and TB6 and TB7, the interlocks need to be satisfied. And then the KAMC is your key interlocking systems. So that key interlocking system should be satisfied. And also after coming that we have a S2 local and remote switch, we have selected local. So for closing the isolator or edge switch, the closed coils need to be energized. For that closed coil need to be energized means we have a series connections of your open coil status and LS1 status, which means your auxiliary coils status. So this all will be checked and then further the closing will be takes place. Same wise for a opening also same will be done. In here the supply is 220 volt. So this and all the things which is seen in your civil sector and circuit diagrams of your isolator and air switch in your substation. Hope you understand, I think so, and we will further discuss about even more and more diagrams. Have a nice day. Share our knowledge and gain your knowledge. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.